because my phone rang. So I think I was at a part where I was sharing with you all about, the day of August 4th, the psychologist ended up telling me I was frustrated with the school because the school hadn't shared this information. So I was like, is this a sign from God? So anyway, I ended up finding this great psychologist. She ended up testing my baby boy. I did not have an opportunity to prep him. He ended up making 82nd percentile and that's above average for a 5-year-old or for someone starting kindergarten. Above average, 82%. I was super excited, super proud of him, and read the North Carolina standards or the expectations of the test for 4-year-olds to start kindergarten, and you have to be at 98 percentile. So then at that point I'm crying again because I'm just really, really frustrated because in reality, other kindergartners, I know other kindergartners not showing up to kindergarten on the 82nd percentile. I know they're not. I know they're not as smart as my kid. So I just felt really, really frustrated. So my child's school was really not giving me a definite answer. They were like, stop. Kobe. Kyra, you trying to come over here? Just come here.
Kobe!
Kyra, you yell a little bit too much. So, y'all, am I ever going to get through this conversation? So, I felt really frustrated. I'm crying. I'm like completely over it. And my husband and I had kind of come to terms with maybe it's not going to happen because he wasn't in the 98 percentile. We kind of were like, well, maybe he'll have to go back to pre-K. But the thing is, you all, I had just finished celebrating last month that I no longer had to spend $1,400 on daycare. So if you are a parent, you know how expensive daycare is, right? So I'm over the moon excited that my child is starting school because I already have an acceptance letter, have a congratulations letter. So not having to pay for daycare, baby, was a celebration. Like, let's link up and celebrate. Money, like, it was like a pay raise, and I have to pay that $1,400 a month.
What?
So, with that being said, upstairs, Cairo, no TV. So with that being said, my husband and I had to have a come to Jesus meeting and really discuss what we were gonna do, how we felt about it. Kai, empty out your lunchbox.
Cairo has an Oreo.
That's okay.
No, in his room.
Oh gosh, yeah. Tell me you gotta clean that up. Cairo, there should not be any food in your room. Your brother just told me it was.
Oreo.
So me and my husband had a come to Jesus meeting. We just had to discuss okay, well, maybe we can get him into the free pre-K. Do we want to pay for private school? Because, I know that some private schools would have more flexibility. Because if you want to, hold on, Carol. If you're willing to pay somebody, $15,000, $20,000 a year, then yes, you might let a 4-year-old in. So we were trying to decide if that was going to be the route that we were going to take. Ultimately, you all, after meeting with the principal, I had to meet with her. I had to send her the scores, the detailed scores. My psychologist had left off a part of the score, and so I had to reach back out to the psychologist, give the rest of the scores, and then meet with the principal. And then once we met with the principal, she said, if he's not ready to move on to kindergarten, if he's not ready to move on to first grade next year, then it is going to be my recommendation to hold him in kindergarten again. And baby, when I started researching the number of parents that are okay with having their child repeat kindergarten, y'all, I am just not familiar with that culture. I'm not familiar. I don't know if it's and I'm an educator, so for me, holding your child back, when kids had to be held back, and I heard about children being held back due to social emotional reasons where they don't really fit in with that age group or they're not mature enough. I just didn't know about it going on in my community, and I was one of those kids that I was also 4 when I started kindergarten, and maybe that's why I'm holding my son to that standard. And I ended up doing so well in kindergarten that my teacher was willing to move me up to first grade. And my grandfather was like, absolutely not. You know, she already young. She not going to be emotionally ready to be a first grader. You know, not that she's not going to be emotionally ready to be a first grader. Maybe she would. But he was like, that means she'd be graduating high school when she's 16. Is she going to be prepared developmentally for those things? And so that made me think, you all, about like, because there's some research that says that boys mature later than girls or after girls or a little bit slower than girls. That did make me concerned about whether I was making the right decision around having my guys start kindergarten early. Because if he is one of those boys, which we know it's a lot of them, okay, almost all of them, if he is one of those boys that matures slower than girls, I wouldn't want him to be behind. I wouldn't want him to not feel as confident. I want him to be confident. I want him to feel good about his schoolwork. I want him to feel good about his interactions with his peers. So I'm just really in this state of nervousness. But ultimately, the principal talked to me. She agreed to let Cairo in under the terms that if he doesn't do well or doesn't do up to her expectations, that he will repeat kindergarten. And y'all, like I said, I've been reading. I have to share the book. I'll end up sharing the book in the comments because I do not remember the name of it. Our boy, I don't remember, y'all, but I was listening to the book as an audio book, and it did give some good information. I didn't finish it, but it did give me information as someone who used to teach middle school. It did give me information about things that I kind of already knew about how boys develop. And it just really made me think a lot about the decision that I was making. So yes, you all, yesterday, yes, I'll take it out. I will take it out tonight before you already got it out. I'm just in this space of worrying about how things are going to go. Is my baby going to adapt? What is it going to look like, feel like, sound like for him? But I have confidence that as far as academics, that I'll be able to keep up with, you know, because I'm willing to do the homework every night. It's like that. That's something I'm adamant about. The education piece I feel good about. It is the social emotional that I'm concerned about because you don't really determine that. I will say that my 4-year-old does have a 6-year-old brother who's in first grade, as well as a 14-year-old brother who's going to high school. And he very much pays attention to the things that his brothers are doing. He is, you know, he sees them and he wants to hang out and play and keep up with his brothers. And so I feel like that's to my advantage because when he sees his brother that's just a year above him, he plays with his friends. He notices things that his big brother does. He also has my bonus son has a sister, and she is actually in 2nd grade, and so he even plays with her really well. And so I'm just believing that the social emotional will pan itself out. I may have to come back and have this conversation with y'all again at the end of the school year about how I think he did, what the principal felt like he did, what his teacher felt like he did. Daddy's at the grocery store getting dinner. Why? Yes. No, it's not, but it's an energy drink, and baby, you don't need no extra energy. You already got a lot of energy, baby. You definitely. You do. You may not have it. The answer is no.
Why did they say it was for grown-ups?
That's because grown-ups are the ones who struggle with energy, not 6-year-olds. Khalil has had one before because he swear he was tired, but he didn't need it either.
I just yawned. Can I have a gummies?
How many have you had today?
One. Mama, one. Mama, one.
Okay, you can have one more, but that's it. You're fine. So y'all.
I just yawned and my eyes are tired.
Oh boy, please. You are so, that is being very funny and silly. You are, well, you're not drinking it. Put it back. No. So you offer me. It's a lot. Considering my baby boy's development, I really feel confident. No, water. I really feel confident. Well, good. Mommy bought some juice this weekend, but you cannot have any more of that. No. I said no. It's some, you know what? It's apple juice in the refrigerator. But y'all, if you've ever had that situation, you've ever had a child, and I do hear from other moms, like a lot of moms lean towards, other boy moms do lean towards holding their child back from starting. And I just do not want to put my big guy at a disadvantage. So I'm hoping I truly made the right decision for him. And then I'll have to cross that bridge next year. Because me and my husband like, what do you mean repeat kindergarten? Like, wouldn't that damage your self-esteem? I asked the principal that. And so she was sharing with me that it truly doesn't. She said, you know, you can give the kid a new teacher. But I just feel like my kids don't flow. Like, I don't know, y'all. Have you ever had this situation where you know of a child? No. Did it get your leg or your pants? No.
What's this?
No. Excuse my brief interruption and screaming and yelling. We have a Canet Corso, and he is big, and sometimes likes to play with the boys, and they don't love it. I don't know if he is kind of bad. He's dominant, you all. My dog is very dominant, and he likes to be in charge, and he likes to let you know what he gonna do. And so we just in a space of trying to get him trained to be better, because it is a lot. Boy, go baby up play. 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 So he thought he was about to run up over here. I thought I told him no. Baby, we're not even about to play like that. Chill. So y'all, please let me know in the comments. I know it's been pretty loud with my family. I was not anticipating that. The boys had just went outside. I was hoping they were going to stay there. But ultimately, you all, the moral of the story is my 4-year-old started kindergarten yesterday. He does turn 5, 10 days after the cutoff date. The what?
Swim caps.
I don't know. We'd have to look for them. I do not know where they are.
Where's yours?
Mine, I don't know where mine. Oh, I have one in my closet in one of those drawers. What do you need a swim cap for? Y'all getting a pool? Yeah, you do need to find a swim cap. Go look for mine down there.
I need one too.
Yes. So I thought the boys were going to stay outside and give me an opportunity to have this conversation with you all, but I truly would love to know if any of you have ever experienced a child repeating kindergarten. Not that I'm anticipating that. I am just, the principal mentioned that to me as an option if things don't go well, and he does have the room, and this would be the time to do it. So I'm sending you love and light. Please, please, please share with me if you've ever had this experience. It's been a little stressful and a little nerve-wracking. I feel good about the content and his education because I'm going to do everything possible. I'm just feeling more concerned around social and emotional. I have read a book. I'm going to make sure I put that in the chat, the name of the book. And give me any feedback. I would love to know about your experience. Y'all be well.